Hey, Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV, Fall Classic Baseball, Learn to Play. This is part 4. And we're on the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be Rick Peters, Trammell, and Kemp for the Detroit Tigers. The score is 6-2. And after a super rough start, Brian Kingman has settled down and has begun to pitch a little bit better, although again he got in trouble in the 4th inning. Leadoff double, a hit by pitch, a walk, but then he was able to get 3 consecutive outs without a run scoring. They had a force at home. So we are here at the in the 6th inning, top of the 6th inning with a leadoff batter. Let's roll. The way you play Fall Classic Baseball is you're going to read 2d6, read the green and then the yellow or gold, and then of course the d20 will help us. And that's going to be a 26. That's usually a splits number, and it's going to be a base hit. So Peters is on at first. And here's Trammell, Alan Trammell. Pitch from Kingman. That's a 16, and there's no X there. It would have been a double play. Potentially a 1 is going to be a fielder's choice. Right back to the pitcher. Turns around, throws to the shortstop, Guerrero. And that's all they'll get. So it's a 1-6 fielder's choice. Next up is Steve Kemp. He bats from the left side. Kemp batted, that looks like 293 with 21 home runs and 100 RBIs. So he had a good season. And that's a 43. A 43 is a blank, and it's going to be an out. What kind of an out? It's an 11. And that is going to be a first baseman. Runner on first is Trammell, who's fast, so he'll make it to second. So this... an 11 with a 3 is a ground ball to first. And taking it himself is Newman. Hello, Newman. All right, so runner to second now, 2 outs, and here comes Richie Hebner. Hebner today, walked in the first, singled in the second, and then flied out in the 4th. Runner on second, 2 outs. Now, if Kingman allows one more hit, or rather one more run, he will get pulled because he will allow a total of 7 runs, and that he becomes shelled. And a 12 will be a ground ball to the first baseman. Newman takes it himself, and that retires the side. All right, so right here is going to be Kingman's max endurance. That's why I'm putting the circle around it so I can remember. And it's going to be Tony Armas leading off the bottom of the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left for the Tigers. And here in the bottom of the 6th is going to be Armas, Mitchell Page, and Jeff Newman. This is part 4 of our Learn to Play. Check out the other parts. And we're doing 2 innings at a time. And here's a pitch from Milt Wilcox. That's a 46. Now, that's a ballpark card. So we're going to look at the ballpark card, and a 4, Armas is a righty, and a 4 will be a foul ball. Pull down the line, and foul. Just missed the chalk by about a foot. And we're going to roll again for Armas. Here's the pitch, and that's a 63. It's a blank, and that will be a pop-up to the right side, and that's the first baseman. Hebner makes the catch, 1 away. Next up is Mitchell Page. Here's the pitch. And that's I don't know if you can see it. It's a 44, and that's going to be line base hit to center field for Mitchell Page. He's on at first. Now, he's got 2 plus signs there. 1 to 8 plus plus. That means 2 potential stolen bases. So we're going to try to steal. This is Billy Ball. We're down by 4 runs in the 6th, but we're going to try to steal. Billy Ball tries to steal. There he goes, and he is thrown out at second base. He's only up to a 13, and I rolled a 17. So Wackenfuss throws him out. And Wackenfuss, I believe, doesn't have any negatives. He does. He actually has a +2 to the base runner. He has a weak arm, so he would be 15, but that's 17. He's going to be out with Newman at the plate. He's a righty, so that would be the second baseman covering, so 2-4. And you live by the sword and you die by the sword. So Jeff Newman is up now with nobody on and 2 outs. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 52. Now, that's going to be a KD check. What does that mean? You look at the pitcher's KD number. It's 1-2. So if this is a 1 or a 2, then that would be a strikeout. Otherwise, we already used that roll to check the KD. We're going to roll again now. A 52 is an error check. And who's it on? It's error on potentially an error on the shortstop. And the shortstop is Trammell. Trammell's error number is a 4. So 1-4, and it's an error. Otherwise, it's not. And that's a ball that he handles easily and throws out Newman to retire the side. So no runs and 1 hit, and we move to the top of the 7th inning. It's going to be Summers, Cowens, and Wackenfuss. And you got a couple of arms warming up in the bullpen for the Athletics. It's going to be a guy named Minetto. It's warming up. Beard will be warming up as Bordy will be warming up as well, and Beard as well. They're all on the roster right now. I looked up this game. All right, so it's going to be Champ Summers against Brian Kingman, but we will let Brian Kingman go until he allows a hit. He can actually go one more batter because that's 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. This will be 32, and that would max him out. And then from that point on, if he allows a walk or a hit, then he'll have to get pulled. Hopefully he can have an easy inning. He's done a great job, although he got hit hard in that first inning. He's come back and he's given us a decent game, so it didn't wipe out our bullpen. That's really all I wanted from the guy. And this is going to be lined for a base hit. Oh no, it's ball 4. That ball is foul. Next pitch is ball 4. And on a 33 on Champ Summers, it's going to have a plus, so that's going to be a potential stolen base. There he goes. We check the stolen base number. It's an 11. But we got Heath, and Heath's arm rating is an S, and the throw down from Heath and the tag, and Heath guns him down at second base, showing off his cannon. All right, so that is 2. Cowens, I believe, is a righty, so that's going to be a 2-4 caught stealing. All right, Al Cowens now. It's a 63, and that's going to be a blank, and it will be an out. A 15 is a ground ball to third base. Up with it is Gross, and he throws out Cowens. Remember that this is allowed because that was the last official batter he was allowed to face. So now, from this point on, if he allows a hit or a walk, any base runner, I'll pull him. Here's John Wackenfuss with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. That's a 21, which is a strikeout, and that'll retire the side. So no runs, no hits, nobody left, and we move to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch. Now let me look at the strikeouts for Kingman today. He didn't have many. Not really a strikeout guy. He struck out 1. That's the only one he struck out. All right. So bottom of the 7th. And it's going to be Mike Heath leading it off. Milt Wilcox, he can go 34, so he's still good. Hasn't gone 27 yet. That's going to be a 44, and this is ripped to left for a base hit. So leadoff single from Mike Heath. Mario Guerrero's next. Pitch to Guerrero, and that's a 45 this time. It's a blank, and the 11 will be the 4 ground ball to second base, and there'll be 1 play, and that's to first. So I'm running to second on the ground out. And here's Jeff Cox with 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-2 Detroit. And that's a 43. A 43 is a blank, and a 43 is an out. A 13 is bounced to third base, and I believe the third baseman may go with the runner at first. He will go to second base. Actually, it's a shortstop. 6-4. Oh, no, he is at second base. My fault. So if he's at second base on the 13, he will advance unless he's slow, and then I can risk it, but he will advance on that. All right, so leadoff batter with 2 outs, and it's Ricky Henderson. And the pitch from Milt Wilcox. And that's going to be a 66, and that's going to be a deep drive over the center fielder's head and hits the base of the wall. 1 run comes in easily, and Henderson's going to try for 3. Here's the relay and the tag, and he is safe with an RBI, a 2-out RBI triple for Ricky Henderson. And it's 6-3 now. Henderson is in there. And 2 outs, runner on third, 1 in so far. It's 6-3 the ball game. And here's Dwayne Murphy. He's a left-handed hitter. Dwayne Murphy today struck out, walked, reached second on an error by the pitcher, and then stole third, and then singled. So he's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a 25, and that's going to be a fly ball left field in the gap, and Kemp gets to it, and that retires the side. So 1 run on 2 hits, and the score is 6-3 Detroit. All right, so that's 2 more innings of our Learn to Play. We did the 6th inning and the 7th inning, and now we're going to go with the next one. I hope you tune in. It's going to be 8 and 9. Thanks for watching. All right, this is the last video for this Learn to Play of Fall Classic Baseball. It's Detroit at Oakland, and this is part 4, continued, and it's Tom Brookins leading off in the top of the 8th inning. Brian Kingman is still in there now. He's reached his endurance, so the minute he allows a base runner, he gets pulled. So here's the pitch, and that's a 45, which will be an out. And it's a fly ball right field over his Armas. 1 away. Next up is Whitaker. And a 22, and that's going to be ball 4. So that's all for Kingman. And Peters is a switch hitter, so it really doesn't matter. But then after that, we have Trammell, a righty, and then we have a couple of lefties. I have, you know what? Craig Minetto, I believe, is available. Pretty sure it's Minetto who I saw there. Now, let me see Minetto. Yeah, Minetto's going to come in. Let's get him in. Craig Minetto. And we're going to roll for him, and he's going to be a 1 to 10, 11 to 20. All right, he's going to be an A pitcher. He'll be facing Peters, Trammell, and Kemp. Here goes. Pitch from Minetto, and that's a 64. 64 is a blank, and that will be a with a runner on first of 14. And I'll show you how you can look at that. It's very, very simple to look at the chart that I'm looking at here on the side. Let's see, here it is. So we're looking at a 14. He is batting from the right side. But that doesn't matter on 14 or 4, so it's just straight up. With a runner on first, if the second baseman has a strong arm, he's going to get a double play. My second baseman, Cox, does not have a strong arm, so it's going to be a fielder's choice, a 4-6 fielder's choice. It says it right there. 1 out at second base. It's going to be a 4-6 fielder's choice, and Peters is on first with 2 outs now. Coming up is Trammell. Pitch from Minetto. And that's a 62. It's a blank, and a 62 will be a strikeout, and that ends the inning. So Minetto comes in and gets a couple of outs. So no runs, no hits, a walk, 1 left, and we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the bottom of the 8th inning is going to be Wayne Gross leading it off against Milt Wilcox. Now Wilcox has gone 27, 28, 29. This will be 30. You can go 34, so you can get down to about here, I believe it is. See what happens. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 32. It's a blank, and a 32 is a liner to left field, and right there is Kemp, L7. 1 down. So hit it on the screws, but right at the left fielder that didn't have to move. Oops. It should be there. I'm sorry. L7. All right. Let's fix that. And that L is like really bad. All right, so we got a 7 there, and that'll hold up for now. Tony Armas, a pitch from Wilcox, and that's going to be a 51, which is an error check. First, it's a KD check, and KD is 1-2, so we rolled an 8, which is higher than that, so there's no strikeout there. So we're going to check. 51 says third baseman. Third baseman for the Tigers is Brookins, and Brookins at third base is an 11 error rating. So we got to re-roll this, 11 or less, and it's an error. So he boots it, E5. And Armas is on the third baseman's error. And here is Mitchell Page with 1 out and 1 on. Pitch from Wilcox, and that's going to be a 31, and that's line. Base hit center field. Mitchell Page strokes a single to center, and runner will hold at second base. We got first and second. Now that will bring the tying run to the plate in Jeff Newman, who's got good power. So Wilcox is still good, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. He can go 34, so I'm not going to pull him just yet. It's going to be next up is Jeff Newman. Jeff Newman with good power, as I said before. Got a couple of home run. Actually got 3 home run numbers, 65, 46, and 66. 66 is a split, 1-11. So if you like Stratomatic, you will like, I believe you will like this game because it has the same type of splits, and it's just as simple as to play. Yet it's got less, it's less clunky, believe it or not, in terms of errors and range checks and all that. You don't have to deviate away from the cards and look on a board. Everything is right in front of you. All right, here's a pitch. Jeff Newman, Milt Wilcox to Jeff Newman. 2 on, 1 out. Score is 6-3, Detroit. And that's going to be a 34. A 34 is blank, and a 34 will be a drive to left field. And will anybody get it? No, it bounces in there. It's going to be cut off quickly. And that is going to be F advances at second base. Armas, I do not believe, is an F. He may be an A, but we'll see. Armas is an F. He will score. So an RBI single. And with 1 out, there is 1 out, they're going to cut it off, and they're going to throw to third to try to get Mitchell Page. And let's see what happens here. S-A hole, F advance. Wait a second. Well, we're going to try to throw to third base. And from left field, the left fielder is Kemp. And Kemp is A2, so 1 or 2, Kemp throws him out, and he is not. He's safe at third. So it's going to be first and third. And an RBI, he drives in the 4th place batter. So first and third now. Tying runs are on. It's 6-4 the score. And it's Mike Heath coming to the plate. All right. So the A's are slowly but surely creeping back into this game. Mike Heath today is popped up, flied out, singled and scored a run in the 7th inning. And here's a pitch from Wilcox. And that is a 15, which will be an out. That's going to be a ground ball to shortstop, first and third. And the shortstop has a strong arm. So first and third, ground ball, 6. First and third, 6. And we'll look at the chart again so you can see how easy it is to read. And I'll try to... All right, so first and third is right here, and we roll the 6, and it will say DP 643. So it's a 6-4-3 inning-ending, soul-crushing double play, and that's 1 run on 2 hits. Let's move to the top of the 9th inning. And that's going to be a 40, a 42. Pitcher's still Minetto in there. 42 is a blank, and a 42 will be an out. Will be a chopper right back to the mound, and Minetto throws out Kemp. Here's Richie Hebner. Richie Hebner is 1 for 3 with runs scored and a walk today. And right here, he's going to have, that looks like a 24. I can't really see it. A 24 will be a hit by pitch, but no, he flies out to right. Under it is Armas. 2 down. And next up is Champ Summers, another lefty. And it's a 25, and against a righty it's a single. Otherwise it's a bouncer to first base. Newman. And that's 3 up, 3 down for Craig Minetto. Good job. So we go to the bottom of the 9th inning now, and it's going to be the bottom of the order. And we may see a couple pinch hitters here, at least one pinch hitter. And we're going to bring in, we're going to let one of these batters get a, let me see if Guerrero can get on with a single. Here's a pitch from Milt Wilcox. 24, and that is a out. 14 is bounced to the second baseman. Easy play for Whittaker, 1 out. Okay, now we're going to get Essien to bat, to pinch hit. Jim Essien here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Milt Wilcox is going for a complete game victory. Here's a pitch, and that's a 65, and that's a pitcher home run card, and it's a 1-14 -1, so it's 1-13, and that is a deep drive, left center field, and that ball is gone, 6-5. So Essien with a home run. Brings the Athletics within 1 run, and that's going to be it for Wilcox. And I believe we're going to their closer, and who's their closer? Their closer, let's look at the saves. 21 is going to be Aurelio Lopez. Although I think we used him yesterday. No, we did not use him. Okay, so Lopez. We're going to bring in Aurelio Lopez. And we're going to roll for him to see what kind of stuff he has. And we roll a 17. He will be C stuff. Ooh. All right, so there's Lopez. He will be facing Ricky Henderson. And that's going to be a 22, and that's line base hit for Ricky. And Ricky's always trying to steal. And they better keep an eye on him. Lopez throws over once, twice. The pitch to Murphy, it's high. There goes Ricky, the throw down, and he is safe with a stolen base. So the tying run is now at second base. And here's Murphy. 1 out with Ricky at second. Here's a pitch to Murphy from Lopez. And that's a 43. A 43 is a blank, and a 43 will be a wild pitch. That will send Henderson to third. And that's ball 4. So it's first and third now. The tying run is at third base here in the bottom of the 9th inning. With 1 out, Wayne Gross. The infield is going to have to be brought in. So it's Lopez to Wayne Gross, left-handed hitter. First and third. Ricky Henderson is at third. He single stole second and moved over to third on a wild pitch. And then Murphy walks. So we got first and third. Wayne Gross the batter. 6-5 the score. Can't get a better game than this. The A's started off this game down 6-0, and slowly but surely they scratched and clawed their way back, scoring 2 in the first, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th, and then 1 more in the 9th. 6-5. Tying run is at third base. Here's the pitch to Gross. And that is a 52. That's going to be an error. First, it's going to be a KD check, 1-3, but it's an 8, so we're going to have to roll again. Now we're going to do an error check. And it's a center fielder, potential center fielder error. That's Peters in center field, and he's a 10 error rating. And that will be an error on Peters in center field. And it's a 1-base error, so the tying run will score. Going to second and stopping at second is Murphy, so it's going to be an E8. And that's a second error. Oh, that's a third error by the Tigers in this game. And now it's first and second, 1 out. Tony Armas the batter. So Lopez, Aurelio Lopez against Tony Armas. Armas today is homered. He's 1 for 4. He hit into a fielder's choice, popped up, and reached on an error. So he's 1 for 4. Here's the pitch to Armas. And that's a 42. A 42 is a blank, and a 42 is ball 4. That's going to load the bases. So Murphy to third, Gross to second, Armas to first, 1 out. So Mitchell Page to the plate. The infield is going to have to come in. The outfield is going to have to come in. And there's special outfield in rules as well for this. And we're going to see what happens now. So this is a walk-off game-winning hit opportunity from Mitchell Page. See what happens. Lopez checks in with Walkenfuss for the sign. He sets and he deals, and field is in on the grass. And that's going to be a 43, and a 43 is going to be a wild pitch. It gets past the catcher, and coming in with the winning run is Dwayne Murphy. Wow, I roll that 43 again. That 43 is a killer for Lopez on the C column. He's got a wild pitch there. And then, of course, a base on balls, but we never got to the base on ball. So 2 wild pitches, and the winning run scores. So nobody gets the RBI, but I guess Murphy and Armas, who was at the plate, they get mobbed and celebrated. And the Oakland A's pull off an amazing victory here in the bye. Come from behind victory in a game that started off and they were down 6-0. So Minetto's going to get the victory here. The loss is going to go to Lopez. And Murphy scores the winning run on a wild pitch. And that's about it. So the final score, that's 2-run score there. 1, 2, actually 3 runs scored, excuse me. 3 runs scored on 1, 2 hits, an error, and all right, on an error and a couple of walks. So that's it. Final score is the A's 7, the Tigers 6. How many hits did the Tigers have? They had 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 hits. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, and there's no errors here for the Athletics, so they played a good defense. The Tigers had committed 3 errors, so it's 6 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. The A's with 7 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. And that's the ball game. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. Thanks for watching, and try out Ball Classic.